Good morning. Today I am going to talk about anticipating the various kind of situations, anticipating the problems or some mishap, likelihood of some mishap occurring at the time of this local election, during the local election. I am not talking about before or after, I am talking about on the spot when large number of people gather in 25 degrees centigrade. They have to stand in a queue. There will be factors like noise, factors like dust, and most importantly, factors like people who are carrying corona are going to be there, likely to be there, and what are the chances of this spreading at the site, at the voting site, anticipation, so that this anticipation can be helpful in exercising or in using or in administering in a proper way so that these unfortunate incidents do not occur. First of all, people who are going to vote standing in a queue, someone might suddenly collapse due to dehydration or due to maybe exhaustion, and this collapse could lead to death also. This person might die. Let it not happen, my God. What happens after that? What to do after that? We should be prepared. It is the police responsibility generally. Of course, there are going to be a lot of volunteers at the site distributing water, trying to make people comfortable, trying to put a shade because the temperature is 25 degrees centigrade or more. Of course, it will vary all over Nepal. And the number of people in a queue is going to be variable depending upon the place, depending upon the इलाका, वडा, एन्ड अर्बन हो कि रुरल हो कि यो सब कुरामा भर पर्ने कुरा हो। अब हेर्नुस्, यो सिचुएसनलाई ठिकठाकसँग चलाउनको लागि रोल आउँछ एउटा त सेक्युरिटी। सेक्युरिटीमा यो टेम्पोररी सेक्युरिटीको पनि यहाँ सरकारले व्यवस्था गरेको छ भनिन्छ। दे हेभ टेकन हेल्प. They have already recruited and employed several temporary security people. Whether I don't know whether they are trained oriented or not, but some of them have already died. In the newspaper, I think one or two has died, maybe due to other reasons. So the main role is going to be that. Then there is going to be police, and of course the volunteers. As I said, if somebody collapses and dies, what happens? If somebody collapses, he may be recovered, she may be recovered. And then the chance of spread of corona is going to be very much there. So that is main thing. People die while standing in the queue for voting. There are examples. I hope it will not happen. All right. And let us say how many people are going to be there. Let us see roughly. Total population of the country 2 crore 91 lakhs. Out of them, many are outside Nepal who cannot vote, of course, because we don't have a postal ballot or any online ballot. Sadly lacking. We can do a lot of things online. Every child more than 5 years old is carrying a mobile phone almost all over Nepal. 94% of the Nepalese are using internet. That is the data. They can do that. They can do the Facebook, TikTok and so on. But they cannot do even simple procedure for people to vote online. Then all this will be solved. If one can vote online, of course identity has to be maintained. It can be done in your email, it can be done in your Twitter account, it can be done for banking. Why can't we do this for voting? The government has to seriously look into it. Then all this thing will not happen. All this, too much crowding, overcrowding, spending of unnecessary money, printing of things. Now there's going to be a lot of garbage after the thing is over. I mean, the election is over. All these papers, all these banners, huge amount of garbage will has to be disposed. If we can go into this online, because everyone has got a citizenship, people who are eligible to vote, they all have got passport in addition to that. Why can't we do it? Because we do not pay any attention. If we do it, then we can't make money, you see. People who are in administration, if they go into this, they cannot make money. And the politician, what do they say? They don't care. They don't give a damn about it. They even don't know, maybe, many of them. Because I know of instances where people like the ministers, when called to some address, some meeting or something, when they have to be briefed, they will first say, I know, I know, I know. Then when you go on try to explain to them, then suddenly this minister will say, oh, it is like this. So you see this level of this comprehension. So then let's forget about online voting. Now what happens there? Let's come back to the number of voters. I would think roughly not more than 35 to 50 lakhs all total all over Nepal. Let us say maximum 50 lakhs will be voting on this in this election. And another factor here is, it is not related to mishap. The ballot paper is very, very largish, and it is printed with such. Of course, there is difficulty in printing. I understand. Spacing for the different candidates and the place where you have to put this swastik chinna, stamp this. You have to look very closely, and I think most of the elderly people may not be able to really read properly. They may require help. I don't know whether it is provided or not. And I would think if 35 lakh people vote, maybe at least 10% of that is going to be totally what you call invalid, because of they may be putting wrong places, and they have to now, it is not one or two or three candidates, it is the number of candidates is very high, and you have to also apply this swastik chinna to 7 people, Vada Sadasya, one Vada Adhyaksh, 7 to 8 people. Of course, varies, the number varies. So all this is going to lead to a very confused election, and the code of conduct which the election commission has to do, it is their responsibility. Code of conduct during the election, they only talk about candidate, they do not talk about the public. Maybe it is not their responsibility. Why the code of the conduct of the public? And there is a lot of propaganda that you must exercise your voting. Many people won't go to vote because of these reasons. I am not going to vote because I live in a place and my name is in some other place, and I have to walk. There is no transport that day. So most likely I won't be able to vote, even though I want. There are several reasons. So let us just trying to analyze and forensic aspects of mishap at the voting place as the site. Forensic aspects are going to be a bit largest, because if there is some death, let us say, this has to be investigated. Police has to do the necessary procedure. Then it comes to the person or the doctor or the team of people who will carry out this autopsy. And at the autopsy, mortuary, morgue, we have to find out whether this guy died of natural cause or did he die due to some pressure at the election site, mental pressure, which is difficult to ascertain, of course. Did he die because of some accident? Did someone beat him? Someone hit him? So that's the forensic aspects. I'm trying to give a picture of this election in advance, what things are likely to occur, with the purpose to ascertain by the authorities, by the administrative people, by the politicians, by their chamchas and by their karyakartas and by their volunteers, how to go about to conduct all this in a peaceful way. Thank you very much.